Hello and welcome to Grim Survival Step. This is going to be a what I keep in the back of my vehicle video. Back of my vehicle. Yeah. And yeah, first things first. This is going to be a stab here at Arkansas Livin because I really want to know what is in the back of his truck. So I'm going to tag him in this video and challenge him to show us. I really am. So that's, one of the purposes of this video. So the first thing I keep in the back of my vehicle is this pole. This is a telescoping pole for a roller paintbrush. And I keep that in there because that thing, yeah, you probably can't see it, but that thing won't stay up there unless I do that and put the pole there. So, a few things. First, there are other things in the front of the vehicle, but I'm not going to bother with that. I am going to show you a couple things out of my console. This is a GPS jammer. You can find these on eBay. Type in GPS jammer. You plug this into the port. It blocks GPS signal going out and coming in. It really does work. Secondly, I keep this in my center console. This is a scope for, seeing things. Why? Because that's why. Yeah, because you never know when you might need to see something that's far away. I use it quite often, actually. Well, not quite often, but I've used it several times. So those are two things I keep in the front of the vehicle. Also in the front of the vehicle, I always have charge cords, things like that. I do have a GPS system that mounts to the window. It's a Rand McNally, just standard Rand McNally car GPS. I keep that in there. So in the center or in the side door panels, I always have extra napkins and fire starters. I have fat wood. So that being said, I keep a package of wet fire tabs. Yeah, it's been open because I've used a couple of them. I keep fire starters everywhere and Bic lighters everywhere. In the front, there's also probably 2 or 3 Bic lighters randomly placed. We'll get into that stuff in a minute. Okay, first, my tool bag. I've gone over my tool bag before. There's tools in it. I have these because I was working on stuff not long ago, and I needed them. I keep this. This is one of the ski mask type things. I probably should put it on. It's dirty. I probably should put it on. It's cold. Probably. This is extra fuel. This is oil, lamp oil. And I've used it for camping and things like that. I keep it in the vehicle because it makes a great fire starter for one thing. And I typically have an oil lamp anytime I intend to go camping or anything like that. There's an oil lamp there. So, yeah. These are my fishing poles. I have fishing poles. I have quite many. I probably got 3 or 4 of my fishing poles in here. I have a lot more fishing poles, but in here I keep 3 or 4. Yeah, this is kind of cluttered, just so you know. That's my tackle box to go with the fishing poles, obviously. This is extra rope. I'm trying to untangle it. You'll just have to bear with me. I did not organize this or sort this or try to do anything. When I'm working on, when I've had to have my vehicle worked on several times, I just kind of take things out of it and toss it back in there. So this is bamboo rope with a bungee cord wrapped around it. I don't know how many feet there are there, but it's there just in case. This is a cargo net. Cargo net. I use this on my fishing kayak from time to time, but I also keep it in the vehicle just in case I need, I don't know, to store something in a net. Here's something I recommend everybody have. This is a air compressor, 12-volt air compressor, plugs into the 12-volt port, and yeah, it does work to air up your tire in an emergency. It takes forever, and it's kind of loud, but it works. It does work. Okay, I've been looking for that. C-clamp. Yeah, I've been looking for it. Let's just put it that way. Let's get into some of the extra stuff here. This is my sleeping bag. This is a 20-degree sleeping bag. It's always in my vehicle. This is my tent, which you've seen in at least one video before, my camping video. I think I only used it once in the camping video. This is an Alps mountaineering tent, so is the sleeping bag. And yeah, it's a 3-season tent. Not good for winter, but in a pinch, keeps the snow off of you. My wool blanket, which you have seen before. It's the one that has the giant hole in it. It does have a giant hole in it. I really need to replace this thing. I really do. But I haven't gotten to that yet. These are cleats. Yes, cleats. Winter walking is what it says on here. These have little metal spikes on the bottom of them. There's 2 of them. And these slip on my boots. So if the event that I am walking through a lot of ice, or I end up in an icy area, I can just slip these on my boots and I can go walking and not slip and fall and bust my knees or my face or whatever else I may bust. All right, we have unburied some of the fishing poles here. These are a couple more fishing poles. This is a piece of another fishing pole. This is the one I use usually, because I usually only use one. This is my telescopic fishing pole. Telescopic fishing pole. Extends out to 6 feet. Works really well. Yeah, I'm standing in a public park doing this, so I keep watching around me just to make sure. As a truck driver, I've always had these. Yeah, I used to work for them. So I keep that just in case. You just never know if you're stranded on the side of an interstate highway or something like that. You just never know. So it's good to have. Also, if you end up walking through the woods during hunting season, very good to have for that as well. That goes to my drill press. I don't know how it got in there. When you live in areas like I live, these are essential. This is a telescopic brush to get snow off and an ice scraper. And I don't know how I got the extra ice scraper in here, but I do have an extra ice scraper in here. I do. I didn't remember I had that in there. So this is a cable that's not supposed to be in here. It's a cable with a toggle switch that plugs into like a hitch light, but it was used for a trolling motor on a boat, and I have no clue why it's in there whatsoever. More fishing gear, obviously. That's my net. It's for my kayak. It clips onto it. Very helpful when you're fishing. Obviously, this is for my fishing kayak as well. They go together. I'm piling all this crap in a park, in a parking lot at a park. So, yeah. So my tools, I've gone over my tool bag once before. There's a lot of various things in there. Along with my tool bag, I have a toolbox, which has a lot of wrenches and sockets and things like that. Because, oh, this is the fun part. This is along with my camping gear. I actually have 2 of these. This is a Thermarest Z Lite sleeping mat. This is my hiking pack. Now, when I am going anywhere, even right now, I usually have my bug out bag in this vehicle. It is currently in the back seat. Currently in the back seat. Along with that, this thing is always in my vehicle. Always. Inside of here, there is a blue cheap tarp. I do have another better tarp in my bug out bag. But yeah, there's a cheap blue tarp in there. There's also some fire starters and fat wood in this thing that stays in there at all times. At all times. You've seen this before. This is my cook kit. It has a pan, a plate, and a pot. So I'm wearing my boots, as you can see. These are the extra boots. I've done a video of these. I keep the extra boots in my vehicle at all times, just in case. 2 is 1, 1 is none, right? And the same thing goes along with the hiking pack. Now, I don't always use the hiking pack. Obviously, I have the bug out bag. But in the event that I'm, having to bug out, or if I'm trying to get home and I come across some other person that may need to help me, I could loan them my hiking pack. Or if I have, one of the older children or somebody else in my vehicle at the time, they would have the ability to throw some extra stuff in the hiking pack and have an extra tarp to keep, whatever off their head. This goes along with my tent. These are just the tent pegs with it. I always keep this in my vehicle. This is a case of Mountain House meals. There's three different flavors of Mountain House meals in there. It started with 10, and now there's 6 or 7 left in here. So I do need to throw a couple extra in there once I acquire some more, which I probably will do, or a bucket of something different like John at Prepper Nation has, Ready Wise, I think is what he has, or Alaska Prepper has a different brand as well. So one of those two would probably work out. Once I get one of those buckets, I'll probably replace this one with that one just so I have a full case in the vehicle. But I always keep this in here. Now, you can't see it currently because I moved it to the back seat because there was too much crap back here, but I always have at least a 24-pack of bottled water in my vehicle at all times, even through the winter when it sometimes gets frozen. I haven't really had a problem with the bottles freezing this year, but, you know, it happens from time to time. Clipboard with extra paper and pens in it just because as a truck driver, I always use it, and I just tossed it in the vehicle at some point and left it there. These are extra pants and shorts. I didn't realize the shorts were in. But pants and shorts because I always keep extra clothing in my vehicle. Always keep extra clothing in my vehicle. This is my camping chair. Ozark Trail, got it from Walmart. So, yeah, I always keep some sort of folding chair or camping chair in my vehicle at all times because I have been stranded before, several times actually. And when you're stranded and it's hot outside, it's really easy to set up the chair and sit in the shade somewhere. If it's cold outside, you can sit in the chair and build a fire. Yeah, so I always keep the chair because you never know when you're going to have to wait. This is a camouflage bug net. Yes, bug net. Pretty much. I can see through it. It's camouflage. Look, I'm invisible. But yeah, why do I keep that in there? Camping, hunting, just being out and about. In a bug out situation, I'd probably carry that with me. Probably, depending on the situation, really. Depending on the situation, I would more than likely carry that with me. Carb cleaner, highly flammable. Highly flammable. And I've had to use it for some stuff here or there. Danger, poison, maybe fatal or cause blindness if swallowed. Vapor, harmful, extremely flammable. So what would I need a spray bottle of extremely flammable stuff for? Any ideas? I'll let you take a guess on that. I just will, because I'm not going to tell you. All right, this vehicle does have a third row, and there are times where I need to use it, and I have to cram all this stuff in the back, so that's a big pain. Just going over some extra stuff I have in here, because I can. Like I said, there are several big lighters. This is an empty metal container. Metal containers are good to have. You just fill it with river water, lake water. You can then boil the water and sterilize it, and it's usually shoved in one of the seats back there. Yeah, I have my bug out bag. I have some CB equipment, some radio equipment, and yeah, there are 3 or 4 pair of gloves that are behind the driver's seat currently. The gloves are behind the driver's seat because I was using them recently. Very recently, actually. So, yeah, that is most of the stuff that I keep in my vehicle. One thing I want to cover is this is my EDC bag. I have done an EDC bag video. As you can see, the antenna sticking out of it. My bail fan goes with me everywhere. If it's not in the EDC bag, it's in the passenger seat, depending on if I'm by myself or not. I'm not going to go over too much of what's in this bag. I just wanted to make the point that in my EDC bag, I carry my smaller version of the scriptures. I never go anywhere without a Bible. In the back seat, behind one of the seats in the pockets, there's another Bible, actually. So I always carry at least 2 of them. There's a car being creepy over there. I don't know why. Attached to my bug out bag is a watch. The watch has a thermometer on it. Currently says it's 35, but the weather disagrees. It's just because it was in the vehicle and it's warmer in the vehicle. So it's actually 30 degrees currently and going to be snowing soon. supposedly we're getting 2 inches of snow here in the next couple of hours. It's supposed to start. That'll be fun. So, things I don't have in my vehicle, and I'll tell you what I don't have, what I would like to have in my vehicle, is a rifle. I would really like to have a rifle in my vehicle. But the one I intend to put in my vehicle is missing its upper receiver because I don't have an upper receiver to put on it currently. I am, cold hands, I am intending on getting the upper receiver and trying to remember why I have 2 of these in my vehicle. I guess it's helpful to have 2 ice scrapers in your vehicle. When you have more than one kid, you can sit there in the driver's seat while they do it. I guess it works even if you have 1 ice scraper. You can sit in the driver's seat while that kid does it as well. So that would work out either way for me. And yeah, I am just tossing all this stuff back in here because it's a lot of stuff and I don't want to have to deal with it later. And I'm trying to keep it organized a little better. Not really. Not really. As you can see, I'm just tossing it in there because not really. There we go. All right. My hands are like ice. I should have put the gloves on before I did this video. I should have. That would have been better. All right, so Arkansas Living, I really want to know what's in your truck, so please show me. In my vehicle, I do not keep a flashlight. I don't. Well, I have my hat light in the dashboard actually, and yeah, I use it when it's dark outside and I'm trying to get in the house and nobody remembers to put the porch light on, things like that. I don't carry a flashlight in my vehicle because I have 2 of them in my pocket. I have my standard EDC through night and I have my kit here with an extra flashlight in it, and I always have at least 1 flashlight in my pocket. I have the hat light, so typically on my person during the winter time when I have the kit in my pocket, I carry 3 flashlights on me. Yeah, 1 is none, 2 is 1. So yeah, that has been a look at what is in my vehicle. That's what I keep for the most part. GPS jammers are really helpful. Really helpful, especially if you are going places to put cash underground. A lot of newer vehicles have like OnStar type systems, which is a GPS tracker built into your vehicle. If you have computer systems and things like that, there's more than likely something that can track your vehicle. So yeah, I don't have computer systems. This thing's a 99 Dodge Durango, so hey. But I still have this thing just because anytime I'm going wherever, if I'm going to go bury something such as that, and I do take my phone with me, I leave my phone in the vehicle and I make sure this is plugged in the entire time, and it will not track the phone. I've tested this thoroughly. Believe me, I've tested this in semi-trucks. I've tested it in dump trucks. I've tested it with vehicles that I know have tracking systems. I've tested it with my phone. You cannot track it with this thing plugged into the port. So that being said, definitely recommended to have. So yeah, that's been a look at what's in my vehicle. I'm surprised this thing's still up. I really do need to fix it. You can put, I think, hydraulic fluid in the poles. There's little ports. I just got to figure out how to do it. I've never done it before, so I will figure that out at some point, because hydraulic fluid to make it stay up would be nice. Then I wouldn't have to use the paint stick there to do it. That's annoying. It really is. Sometimes it falls on my head. But yeah, this has a 3rd row and very useful to stack all this to about here and put the 3rd row up. I don't use it that often because we have another vehicle we use for when the children are in there. And that vehicle we keep, I always take my bug out bag when I'm in that one as well. But I also keep in the back of that vehicle a vehicle survival kit, which has various things in it. And I may make a video of that one day and show you. I really do want to get that upper receiver and start. The goal is to get the 10-inch upper receiver. It's an AR platform, and break it down and throw it in my bug out bag so it goes with me everywhere. Yeah, that is the goal. So I'm just procrastinating right now because I don't want to leave the park just yet. It's quiet out here. It's cold, so there's not a lot of people. I mean, I've seen like 2 people the entire time I was here. That's nice. I really like that. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now and go enjoy some peace and quiet just for a little while before I have to go back to doing things. But anyway, this has been James with Grim Survival. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. All my favorite gremlins, thank you for being here. And guys, I'll see you next time.